What is up everyone, welcome back to your daily dose of virtual reality news. Today I have a few things on our agenda that are, well, not necessarily giant announcements, but they are things that I feel you guys might want to know about. First thing that we have on our list is the VRPower 2. Now, we have multiple people on our Discord buying VRPowers. While I personally myself don't have one because I have an Elite head strap that has thankfully not snapped yet, a lot of people are choosing not to go for the Elite head strap, mainly because of all the issues it's been having. But they still want to be able to play for a little bit longer, especially now with 120Hz on the Oculus Quest 2 being standalone and more games supporting it as we move on. Well, Rebuff Reality is now selling the VRPower 2 battery pack and counterweight for the Oculus Quest 2, promising dramatically increased battery life. Now, I always liked the design of the VRPower. I think it looks pretty damn nice and futuristic. Not only that, but it does also prove as a counterweight, which, as we all know in virtual reality headsets, is really nice to have. I still remember when the Elite head strap wasn't shipped out yet and people were literally taking measuring tapes and clipping them onto the back of their Quest. Those were the good times. The accessory promises 8 to 10 plus hours of added battery life on the Quest 2, of course depending on how you use it. The product page mentions compatibility with the original Quest as well, which is nice to see. That backwards compatibility is always welcomed here. The accessory is priced at $69.99 and is said to come with a 10,000 mAh battery, according to Rebuff Reality. It is pitched as being compatible with the official straps for the Quest 2, including the soft one included with the $299 purchase, as well as the Elite battery strap and Elite strap. What? Wait a second. So that means that you could technically strap this onto your Elite head strap with battery and have even more battery life. Okay, now I'm interested. The unit sits at the back of the head and features an accessory port that could theoretically make it possible to charge another accessory from the unit, which is actually pretty interesting. I wonder if you could take this thing off and use it as a normal battery bank for your phone or something when you're not using it for the Quest. That is pretty cool. And yeah, just thought I'd throw it in there for anyone interested, maybe looking around. I would ask a few people that have actually used it what they think about it, and yeah, no, this is definitely pretty damn cool. Having options for extended battery life is always a good thing. Here is an interesting one, and this is about Huawei, or whatever you want to call them. Chinese tech giant Huawei isn't new to virtual reality, although it's certainly not the first name you think of when it comes to VR headsets. Historically, the company has pitched its VR headsets more as a smartphone accessory, like Samsung Gear VR. However, a patent registered with the Chinese Intellectual Property Office is showing a very Oculus Touch-like motion controller that may point towards the company's growing VR ambitions. This is interesting because I know a lot of people really dislike Chinese product because of, well, the government, and for the same reasons that they may dislike Facebook pretty much. I myself, well, I've been buying Chinese devices for, well, quite some time. For example, this is my old Xiaomi Mi 8, this is my OnePlus 8 Pro. These devices I don't really mind because they're phones. So what I normally do is I just take off the stock ROM and I install a custom ROM and boom, I'm gone from whatever was happening there before. But things get slightly more interesting when it comes to VR headsets because I can't imagine that Huawei is going to enable installing custom ROMs on their VR headsets. Either way, it's going to be quite interesting because if people don't mind Facebook, they might also not mind this, which means we might end up getting a competitor to the Oculus Quest 2 at roughly the same price, because let's remember, these are Chinese devices. They're probably not going to be insanely expensive. Looking at the patent here, we can see that it is truly looking just like the Oculus touch controller. There's a lot of thoughts going through my head when I see these next generation controllers, and the first one is, I get it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But where's the innovation at? Every single controller that we've seen come out nowadays, Pico Neo 3, this new patent clearly here filed by Huawei, the new Oculus controllers, they all look the same. Again, I get it. If something isn't broken, don't go fixing it. But we do require a little bit of innovation. I mean, this clearly isn't going to allow for full finger tracking, which is what a lot of people want nowadays. I feel like moving away maybe slowly from that Oculus touch controller design, as comfortable and nice as it is, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I would like to see some innovation. Let me know what you think down below. Granted, a patent doesn't guarantee the company is actively developing a new VR headset. However, if Huawei is looking to create its own 6 DOF native VR headset, it could make sense to lay down multiple patents before it does so. Yeah, that makes sense. And scrolling down to the comments, I've actually found something even more interesting. A comment here posted by Alex says that they already have 6 DOF VR models coming, both for phone and PC connection. The phone variant has been out in the wild to testers and developers for a while. The controllers are indeed Oculus-like and have a notch that means they snugly fit on top of each other when put away. And there's an example here from Twitter by a user called Nick Mitchell that has posted these weird Huawei controllers. And let me just say, they look interesting. They really do. The circle at the top, the ring, is less like a ring and more like a triangle, really, but it also looks really thin, and with those notches it looks even thinner, and we've already had issues of Oculus touch controllers snapping. I don't know, it's something kind of maybe worth to put in the back of the head and just wait for them to actually release something. Here's an interesting one. This one was posted by Road2VR. Arcturus raises $5 million to expand volumetric video toolset and streaming. So I think of volumetric capture as the 360 of video, but kind of brought on steroids. So volumetric capture would allow you to not only capture the video in like a 360 space with like a 360 camera, but would also allow you to move around in that space. So imagine being able to take a 360 video or 360 photos, throw them into a software, and all of a sudden you've got a 3D space, something that you can actually move around in, not just look around, but move around in 6 DOF. And I remember Basti on the Discord showing something like this to me a little while back. It was quite limited. You couldn't move very far, but it did work. All you had to do was get a 360 camera, spin it around, throw it into a software, and it would generate a form of a volumetric capture where you could move around, again, not very far, maybe a meter or so in each direction, but it did work. If that could be improved upon, we could be looking at taking photogrammetry to the next level, because we could just buy these 360 cameras, generate this using AI, and we could generate whole new worlds, quite literally, just whole new worlds. I'm super excited to see where this technology goes in the future and what it will do for videos in virtual reality, because imagine if capturing movies and videos could be done with a volumetric capture. That would be very cool and very interesting. So distinct from stereoscopic video, volumetric capture is fully three-dimensional and can be viewed from all angles, which makes it potentially well suited for use in augmented and virtual reality. Volumetric video isn't yet widespread, owed to the challenges with capture, storage, editing, and distribution, of course. With its HoloSuit, HoloEdit, HoloCompute, and HoloStream, Arcturus hopes to streamline the use of volumetric video by making it easy to edit, manage, and stream. So this is very exciting, and once again, I cannot wait to see what they come out with, and cannot wait to see what people start doing with this. Imagine if we could record these videos in volumetric capture. Actually, that might not end very well. And remember at the beginning we were talking about the Oculus Quest now needing more power because of 120 Hz? Well, we could already force 120 Hz with Superhot, and I played Superhot at 120 Hz. But here's another one. 120 Hz has now come to Superhot. They tweeted out, "Hey at Oculus Quest, Superhot VR players, we've added experimental support for 120 Hz. It is experimental, so if you encounter any problems, you can disable it via settings. Have fun." So again, this is another game now in which a battery bank would come in handy so you can play a little bit longer, give the Quest a little bit of extra power, while also being able to play around with that beautiful smooth 120 Hz, especially since Superhot does look pretty damn beautiful in that 120 Hz, just smashing the red dudes, just exploding, slow motion. I love it. I absolutely love it. And here is more info on the Season 2 update for Population 1. The Frontier launches May 13th with dual wielding and more. So not only are we getting an upgrade to the map, we already talked about this, we're getting a Western themed part of the map, and we don't have much on it, only the trailer, which doesn't actually show us much, but the trailer does also confirm that we are getting dual wielding weapon type, which looks like double barrel shotguns in the palm of your hands. So that is very exciting for all you Population 1 players out there, that is including myself. I played the game quite a bit in my free time, but I have no friends, so I play it alone. And here is another super cool something from VR Scout. So researchers are using laser beams to create 3D holograms. So yeah, I know, we're coming back to the real world. I know many of you hate the real world. I know many of you would prefer to be in virtual reality right now, but this is really cool because I don't know how many of you guys are absolutely obsessed with technology, but I am obsessed with the technology of gestures. I'm obsessed with the technology of augmented reality. I'm already bound to glasses. I might as well put these things to good use, right? It seems that we are making really good steps in the realm of holograms, and holograms ever since Star Wars have been insane. Like, let's be real here. So what these guys are doing is they're taking particles and they're moving the particles and they're lighting up those particles, but they're moving the particles so fast that it's kind of like refresh rate, if you get what I'm trying to say. So your eye doesn't necessarily see them moving, you just see the object in which it is moving, so you see the hologram. And they're experimenting with some absolutely crazy things. For example, the hologram moving with the perception of the viewer. So this is the example they give in the video. They have a moon that is in front of a house, and the moon, of course, is the hologram. But you looking at it and you moving around, the moon kind of follows your perception. It makes you think that the moon is really far away behind the house, which is mind-blowing, absolutely. If you guys want to read the article, read it down below. I'm not going to go too far into this because I'm probably going to say something wrong. So I do recommend you guys check it out in case you're interested. That is going to be down below for you guys, just like every other article in this video. And that is going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you all have a fantastic day or night, wherever you are. And if you guys liked the video, please leave a like. If you guys disliked it, I guess this button works too, but please tell me why down in the comment section below. If you guys are not yet part of our community, make sure to join our Discord down below. Make sure to join our Reddit, where I want to see you posting your spicy memes. If you guys would like to support the channel any way, shape, or form, we've got sick merch down below that doesn't put a huge ad on your body, and mugs that boost your FPS by 300%. And if you guys want me to notify of future content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack the subscribe button with your forwarding my bell, and see you again in the next video. Peace.